Hey everyone, my name is Jamie Lee. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Now today we're back with an Aerie haul and review. Now I haven't talked about Aerie, looked at their store. I haven't done anything with them since before that whole Sydney Sweeney thing happened with the Great Jeans ad. I still have not even considered shopping at American Eagle. However, I do feel like their sister brand Aerie has put out a couple of things not so subtly shading the Great Jeans debacle since that happened. When all of that was going on, I think I was like pretty clear on what my stance is about it, that it felt very icky, eugenics-esque. I think it really tainted my like overall perception of Sydney Sweeney as a person, and especially since she's like since then been asked specifically if she denounces white supremacy, and she was like, you know, when I have an opinion on something that I want to share, I'll share it. Okay, very weird response. So at least for now, for me, I'm not personally shopping at American Eagle, but I do think that Aerie has done some things since then that I appreciate. A good example of that, they've reaffirmed their commitment to not airbrushing people, to also include not using AI in their advertisements. I really appreciate that. I am an AI hater, and I think at some point in the very near future, I'm going to make a sit down and chat type video to talk about my feelings around AI and how it's being used and all of that, because I have a lot of opinions, way too much to cover in a little like haul and review, but that is why I'm okay with Aerie right now, but not so much with American Eagle. Ultimately, both are funneling money towards the same shitty people at the top who probably agree with the Great Jeans sentiment and are probably very right-wing. Most men who own these giant corporations are. I am not, but I do love a good pair of clothes, and I do love buying Christmas gifts at Aerie. And today specifically, I have a couple of new matching sets and then also a really cute sweater that I think would make cute Christmas gifts. So I wanted to share it before the holidays get here so we can see if any of these things are worth the money, if people would actually appreciate them as gifts or not. Now, like always when we do these videos, I'll make sure that I include what size I got and what color I got and everything, along with the direct link to that specific piece in the order that I'm wearing them down in the description box. So if you're like, oh, I really did want to pick that up, but I forget what size she said she's wearing, it's all listed down there. But if I miss anything, or if you have a question that's not answered, please leave it down in the comments. I'm really happy to answer them. In general, I wear a size medium in pretty much everything at Aerie. Occasionally I size down in their tops and sweaters if they're meant to be like oversized. So some will be in a size small. And with that, let's get right into it with the review, starting with this little purple outfit. Now I did also get a little sweater that matches this, so we'll throw that on after we talk about this little sports bra, but quite cute. I love this color. It has been absolutely everywhere this year. Every brand is releasing stuff in this color. I just think that it is unbelievably cute. So first up, let's talk about the sports bra. This is one of the Aerie Real Me low-key sports bras. I have these in a few different colors. I love every single one and cherish them. I wear them all the time when I'm working out. If I'm like doing weightlifting especially, I think that they're perfect for that, or yoga, Pilates, anything not super high impact. I think that they're excellent. They have a little shelf bra in them. They have just enough support that I feel like I can wear them without a bra and not get like neck pain, back pain. Like I feel just supported enough. I personally wear a 34G, so I have quite a large chest, and it's not lifted super high, but it definitely is supported more than it would be otherwise. They come down into like a slight V in the center, and then they just have a fairly open scoop back. Now these do not have any adjustments of any kind on them. I get a size medium. I think that they fit pretty good. Definitely not want to size up more than this because I think that you would end up losing a lot of the support, and they are so stretchy. So if you're between sizes, I would encourage you to size down in these sports bras. Next, I got some of the Aerie Real Me XTRA trouser style pants. Now I love these. I have them in a couple of different colors. I wear them really often. I had not tried them in the purple, and I love this purple. It has been haunting me. I literally close my eyes at night and I'm like, should I get them in the purple? Like I think about it really often. I think that these are just so cute. They're a wider leg. They come all the way straight down to the floor. I get a size medium short in these, and you can see that they're still ever so slightly long on me. I'm only 5'1". That's why. If you're like a little bit taller, like 5'2" even, I think that the petite length would be perfect. Otherwise, I would just go with the regular length. They do also come in tall, and I just feel like they fit really well across the bum. They're like a super, super high rise, very, very comfy. They've got nice deep pockets. I personally wear these when I'm working from home. I'm just like sitting typing away on my computer. They're super, super comfy, very silky soft, and for some reason, the fabric on these feels a little bit thicker and better than their leggings do right now. I don't know why that is, but these ones always just feel a little bit better quality to me than their like Real Me leggings, which is crazy because I used to swear by the Real Me leggings. Now, these do eventually pill between the legs. I have some that are about a year and a half old maybe that are getting some pilling, but keep in mind I wear them really, really often, like at least once a week, if not more often than that. Extra context, I wear them to walk on my walking pad for like 90 minutes. Lots of friction, obviously. I've got pretty big thighs for my size. It's not that surprising to me that they pill, but just keep that in mind. If you're hoping for something that is never going to pill, they will eventually, but I do think that they are super, super cute. And then I did also get one of the cloud oversized crew neck sweaters. Now, specifically because it said oversized in the name, I got this in a size small. When Aerie says oversized, they don't mean like a little bit loose, they mean gargantuan, as evidenced by the fact that this is what the size small looks like. Like they're just very, very oversized when they say that. And this sweater is ridiculously comfortable. All of the cloud stuff has this really soft fleece on the inside that feels insanely good. Now, I like that this top does have the little thumb holes. I think that that's nice. It is just a crew neck, super soft, and then like all of the oversized things, it's incredibly long. So I have it tucked down basically right at the bum. I think that that looks really good. I think that it fits good. And sizing down one gets you oversized without it completely swallowing you. In your regular size, this will be enormous. It will be coming down well below your bum. That's just how it is with anything oversized at Aerie. But I do think that this is very comfy. And if you have someone in your life that loves like a cute, very comfy set, they like working out, maybe they like lounging in leggings, I do think that a little set with one of these cloud crew necks, a pair of leggings, or some of these wide leg trousers makes an adorable gift. Super comfy. Or if you're looking for something that's a little bit less expensive, I do think that one of these little sports bras with even like a little matching accessory, like they have lots of little scrunchies, socks, little bag charms that you can put on your bag, little headbands, all kinds of cute stuff. I do think that you could do like a cute little matchy gift or stocking stuffer for pretty inexpensive. Next up, like I mentioned, we have a couple of sets that they were billing as like great Christmas gifts. So first we have one of the Waffle sets. This is meant to just be like a super comfy, chill, relaxed little outfit, and I would definitely agree, very relaxed looking, ultra casual, maybe leaning on slightly too casual. Now the pants, I actually really like them. They are a little bit oversized. Once again, I got them in a medium short. You can see they're obviously quite baggy, and they're meant to be. They do have that waffle fabric all the way down. They've got nice deep pockets. They've got a true tie at the waist, which is good because once again, I think that they do fit a little bit looser than what I've come to expect from Aerie bottoms. Even across the back, you can see they're very loose. They're definitely not like body hugging in any way. The little sweater, very oversized. Once again, I feel like everything at Aerie right now is so oversized. You do have kind of like the kangaroo style pouch pocket. And then we do have a hood on this. I absolutely never wear hoods, but if you do, this is what it looks like. A little bit floppy and flimsy, definitely not a lot of structure. And I feel just like a little bit meh about this one. I feel like the sweater in particular is just a little bit thin. Like I was expecting, if you're telling me that this is like an ultimate Christmas gift, I'm expecting that it's going to be warm enough to like actually keep you a little bit warm in the winter. This would not keep you warm at all. It is very thin. Even the pants are quite thin as well. And I just feel like the entire thing lacks structure. It's just a little bit shapeless, a little bit blobby. I think that it is comfortable. And if you are somebody that tends to run hot, I think you would like this because it's fairly thin and breathable feeling. But if you're somebody that is like cold and wants a warm, cozy set, I don't personally think that this would be it for me. And then I just kept those same pants on for a minute. This sweater is something that I think would actually make like a pretty good Christmas gift, depending on like knowing your audience, right? And that is this super, super fluffy, almost like a woods and like a mountain print sweater. I thought that this was very cute. It is quite different from a lot of other stuff that you'll see. I'm kind of surprised that this didn't sell out really quickly, because I feel like a lot of things with this like more nostalgic woods, trees, mountains type prints and backgrounds have been going crazy this year. A lot of people are really liking them, and I feel like this is cute. It is exceptionally soft, so warm, fuzzy, cuddly. This is the type of thing that in the winter you would actually want to like put this on and wear all day. It's like very snuggly. I'm picturing wearing this like cozied up by a fire, drinking a hot chocolate, reading a book around the Christmas tree. Like, I just think that this is the perfect little Christmassy gift sweater. It does have pockets. Once again, you can see it's obviously very, very oversized. However, it's not like so long that you can't actually wear it. I can basically pull this down to be right across my bum, but it doesn't go any further than that. But I think when you raise your arms and like where it's naturally going to sit is more like around your hip bones, if that makes sense. You can also obviously zip this all the way up if you prefer. I hate things being too close to my neck, so I would never. But I think that this is very cute. You'll have to let me know how you feel about it. One thing to keep in mind, if you buy stuff that's super fluffy like this, you're not going to be washing this very often. So just keep that in mind. Similar to a warm, fluffy blanket, like you're going to want to wear this over top of something else and wash it sparingly, because eventually like a lot of this fluff will end up getting like clumped down. So just keep that in mind. But do I think that it is really fun and beautiful and really warm and cozy to give as a gift? Absolutely, I do. All right, next up, we have one of the little cable sweat sets. This one is a little bit odd. So on the inside, and I just still have that little sports bra on, it just feels like a regular pair of track pants. Very interesting, and like the pants feel exactly the same. Like this is just a regular little like sweat set, but then it has this like cable design that's almost in like a velour or velvet feeling fabric on the outside. I guess closer to velour. Very, very interesting. I'm not sure what I was expecting from this. I think that it looks like decently cute. I don't know how well you can see the actual cable patterns on this from a distance. And all of these sets obviously were available in multiple different colors. I got this one in the emerald green. I originally was going to get it in brown. I don't know how I feel about this. I think similar to a lot of Aerie sets over the last couple of years, it is a little bit more shapeless than what I would expect. When I picture sweat sets, even from like 10 years ago, they used to be pretty like, I was gonna say body hugging, not even necessarily body hugging, but they actually like fit the shape of the body. Now it feels like everything is just a little bit like blobby. Nothing fits quite right. And like things get a little bit cheaper feeling even as the price gets more and more expensive. Even the thumb holes on this I think are a little bit small, which is crazy because I have very, very small hands. So they don't quite fit perfectly, and like one fits differently than the other one. And I just feel like the pants on this fit like a little bit oversized, a little bit ill-fitting and blobby. There's a lot of extra fabric in the front. The sweater fits a little bit oversized. And I wonder if they're using the like always making everything oversized to hide the fact that it's just not designed to fit your body that well. But you'll definitely have to let me know how you feel about this set and the others. I completely forgot that we do have one final thing to try on, very different from everything else, which is a satin version of their At the Bar dresses. So let's throw that on, and I guess I will continue to be a little bit confused and baffled by the cable velour tracksuit. So lastly, this is the At the Bar satin dress. Now I own one of the At the Bar dresses. I think I have the bow one that has like black bows coming down that had like a double layer, really, really flowy skirt. I saw this one and I was like very interested. Obviously a satin, very pretty in the winter. However, I feel like the design of this dress is very summery, like not something I would reach for in the winter. So of course I had to give it a try, as I do. So these dresses, obviously almost impossible to wear a bra with. You would need something strapless and yet also low cut or boob tape or something. So I am just wearing wearing a pair of pasties under here. I'm not wearing a bra. I do the same thing with the regular at the bar dress, like the older one that I have. I can't lie. It is like a little bit structured enough across the top that you can kind of lift things and like have them just sitting where you put them. Will you have to redo that at some point through the day? I'm gonna assume yes, especially if you're like running upstairs or whatever. So I don't think that these are particularly large bust friendly. They have these teeny tiny little straps. They are adjustable, which is nice, but I find that those definitely are going to dig into my shoulders. They're also a little bit sharp on the edges, which a lot of times these really small elastic straps are. All of the at the bar dresses have had this kind of like pointed extra waistline. I think that made more sense when there were bows attached here and like hanging down. I almost wish that this waistline just went down to a point rather than like these two individual ones here. I think that that looks a little bit odd. And on me, I have a really short torso. So where this wants to sit, like it wants to be sitting at my waist, which I think is a little bit higher. Like it wants to be sitting down a little bit further so that this is all lying flat. So on me, it ends up kind of like folding and looking a little bit weird. Now the satin skirt, I do think that that looks beautiful. I wish that it had a separate lining of like a second fabric to give it a little bit more volume so it's not just lying flat straight down to the floor. Like my bow version does have a little bit of extra something, like an extra layer under it, and I think that it just looks a little bit more full because of that. Now also, because this is satin, I don't know how easy this will be to see, but it's very clingy to the body. So like it wants to cling to my bum especially. So I think that it looks a little bit odd from the back, especially. From the front, I don't think that you notice that as much. Now it does have pockets, which is nice. I do always appreciate a dress with pockets, but you'll definitely have to let me know how you feel about this dress and about everything from this haul. My favorite thing was definitely the giant puffy fuzzy sweater with like the trees and mountains on it. I think that is so fun. I'm almost certainly going to keep one for myself. I think that they're so great. Would definitely make a great gift. I also loved the full purple set. Surprising to no one, all of those Real Me extra trousers, I always love them and I knew that I would love it in the purple. But like always, definitely let me know what your favorite pieces were, and I hope that I'll see you next time. Bye!